A small town mayor makes a citizen's arrest in a cemetery. Ooh. I'm Lawyer Wynton. You're watching Attorneys React. So let's get into it. Let's react.
Can I grab my phone at least?
Yeah, I'll get it, man.
Get a hold of my mom.
Oh, we gotta call. Hey, you're in trouble. Gotta call your mom.
Am I being put under arrest?
Right now, you're just being detained.
I didn't do anything.
That was a great question that he asked. Did you guys catch that? He said, "Am I being put under arrest?" And the officer responded, "No, you're being detained." This is a good stopping point to talk about the difference between being arrested and being detained. Fantastic question on his part. So if you're being detained, detention is basically when a police officer suspects that someone has been engaged in or is actively engaged in criminal conduct. The standard for being detained is reasonable suspicion. It is supposed to be a lower standard than probable cause, which is necessary for making an arrest. Is it always? But reasonable suspicion is the standard for being detained. And detention is supposed to only be a temporary situation. It's only supposed to last long enough what their next step is going to be. Basically, long enough for them to investigate what's going on and figure out whether they're going to let you go. It's just long enough for them to figure out what the next step is going to be.
He's the excessive use of force.
Go ahead. Go ahead, get in.
Oh, you see the blood on his nose.
Kiss my breath.
Okay, go ahead.
Got his rocked.
Okay, figure out what's going on.
This dude's lucky that
You heard that? The officer said, "Just have a seat. I just need to figure out what's going on." That is what being detained is. The officer is just trying to get their bearings and figure out what's going on.
didn't want to fight back. I didn't hit him. I tried my best to not fight back and everything. And
he started out so good. He started out good, asking, "Am I being detained? Am I being arrested?" Now he's talking too much. Rule number one. Shh.
All he did is just harass me. I picked up a thing of cat food from the cemetery, and he started harassing me that I'm stealing from the cemetery.
Did he say cat food?
And that's social profiling right off the back. That's up.
Okay.
And I didn't do nothing wrong.
What's your name, man?
My name's Curtis.
Curtis Salazar?
Yes, I've been dealing with some issues with...
The cop knew his last name, like right off rip. So that tells me that this officer has had run-ins with this guy before. They've got a little bit of history. You can also tell that the officer is like super chill. And it seems like he's got a little bit of a history. He knows this guy a little bit. So that might help this guy out.
Somebody that I live with, and I took a second this morning to walk away so that it didn't escalate. And whenever I went to go visit my dead relatives at the cemetery, this asshole started harassing me, telling me that I'm a crackhead, that I'm a thief, that I'm stealing from the cemetery.
Okay.
And that's all. That's harassment. Like fuck. Like I was just trying to visit my dead grandpa. I'm having a hard time, and this gonna he's lucky that I don't fight back. Like I'm trying my bestest to stay out of trouble, sir. Like I don't even believe that he's a cop.
He's talking way too much.
That I didn't fight back. Like I just simply tried to resist. He's trying to.
Stop talking.
Bitch makeup.
Okay,
He's
go
a cop.
ahead and sit in there, man. Put your feet in.
That wasn't cool.
Put your feet in.
That wasn't cool.
Just ugh. All right, let's check this guy out. Apparently,
That's what happened.
I was just going to the cemetery and I was on my bike.
This is the mayor.
I talked to Dodo and he had a bunch of rocks. And I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm here to pray for my dead relatives." All those rocks. And then he started to throw them.
wait, so this guy started questioning him because he had a bunch of rocks? Maybe he's a rock collector. I don't know. He collects rocks. I don't know. And you know, those people that collect rocks and polish them and make them look all cool and stuff. I don't know. I don't know this guy. But this brings up a thought that is making a citizen's arrest legal? The answer is yes. How? It depends, which is the worst answer to give as an attorney. I know, but it depends. It's state by state. I'm here in Louisiana. I live in Louisiana. It is legal for a private person to make an arrest in Louisiana, but you gotta meet two elements. You can make an arrest as a private person when the person to be arrested has committed a felony. So it's gotta be a felony, and it can be in your presence, outside of your presence. The second thing is it's gotta be under similar circumstances to those that would allow a police officer officer to make an arrest. And we know from our prior conversation that what is necessary to make an arrest is probable cause. An officer must have probable cause to believe that a person has committed or was about to commit a crime. Probable cause is a higher standard than reasonable suspicion, which we talked about a little bit ago, which is for detention. We're talking about arrest. Probable cause. It means that the officer would have to have concrete or objective facts that they could point to justify an arrest. Does this guy having a bunch of rocks, does that justify an arrest? You guys let me know in the comments.
So you need to get the out of here. So I chased him out of the cemetery, and then his drugs fell out. Then he started arguing with me. And then right here, he swung at me with that rock, and that's when I tackled him. He had a bunch more. There's a bunch down the road that he was carrying like this. And then he swung at me with that.
All right, the drugs.
It's like, man.
Oh, those are some big ass rocks. I thought we were talking about like rocks, like little, like skipping rocks, not them big ass rocks.
Scrap, like metal, to get metal.
Oh, scrapper guy. He probably just sells metal and stuff.
He more. Yeah, he uses
Yeah, the way that
he was on a 4-wheeler before. I don't know.
The way these cops are talking, they've had run-ins with this guy before, so they have a bit of a history.
Like scrap junk, and he'll burn it into bare metal.
Let's see if this will play out in his favor that the cops have had run-ins with him
He lives
before.
over on the 800 block of Smith.
All right, man. So here's what's gonna happen, all right? Now, I'm gonna charge you with disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct?
Yep.
Can I?
That's your only charge, man.
Why are you always yelling?
At that point, just stop talking. Why are we even thinking about saying more words? Disorderly conduct is great. In this situation, take it, fight it out in court. Basically, like in other states, this would be disturbing the peace. Disorderly conduct, disturbing the peace it's basically the same thing. It's a misdemeanor crime. Also, if we're saying misdemeanor, think back to what we were just talking about. To make a citizen's arrest, it's gotta be a felony. But that's in Louisiana. Other states, it's very possible that it's also gotta be a felony for you to make a citizen's arrest. This now is accounting to being a misdemeanor, and a misdemeanor is a fine. Sometimes there's some jail time. Normally, when you get something like disturbing the peace, or they'll just issue you a citation and let you go.
Okay.
Can I state something?
Right now you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest.
Oh,
How fast
he's gonna
can I
arrest
say
him.
Or a judge, because like I was just walking through the park and I wasn't acting.
See, I like this guy, and then he gets on my nerve. He's talking way too much, but then he is asking some good questions. Like he asked a question wrong. If you're gonna assert your right to an attorney, say, I want my lawyer. Hard stop.
If you ask those other dudes around there, I was just trying to walk away from this guy the whole time.
Stop
the whole time.
talking.
I did not throw a rock at him. Like
Okay,
there was a rock right there in my hand.
I'm not charging you with throwing your rock or
why?
whatever. Okay, it's just disorderly conduct, man.
What's
That's
disorderly conduct?
Okay, you'll get all that.
Okay,
in
he
paperwork.
just doesn't understand what
Just
it
hang
is.
tight, all right?
Is there
No,
any
stop
way
talking.
that we could go without me getting
Not right now, man.
like, booked?
Not right now.
So I'm gonna
Hang
go to
tight,
jail.
man.
Stop talking. He talks so much.
214.
You can hear him. He's still chattering off in the background. I will say that this officer he's doing this guy a favor by only giving him the disorderly conduct. He could have tried to peg him with the throwing the rock, assault, battery. He's doing him a favor. He could have just written him a citation and let him go. He didn't have to arrest. I know at least here in Louisiana for something like this, they can issue a citation. They basically just give you a court summons. You have to show up for court and handle it in court, but they don't arrest you all the time. Sometimes they arrest you, not every time. Still talking.
I'll just have him sit in here. I'll fill out non-traffic. All right, man. Listen. Shut up.
Yes,
All right.
I will.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. The officer, that's the best thing I've ever heard a cop say. In this situation, in this context, relax in this context. Totally got to shut up. Like he's been talking the whole time. Stop talking, dude. Stop talking.
Okay. I'll take you inside. I'm gonna do a non-traffic citation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you're not gonna go to jail, but you have to come back to court.
Just what I was saying. Yep.
Because if you don't come back to court, the warrant's gonna be for your arrest.
No,
Then
it's your
you won't
warrant.
Go to jail.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm just gonna have you sit in the holding cell, man.
There's no way we could bypass that?
Bro.
Come on. Please.
Bro.
Okay.
Bro, come on. He did you a favor. Like, he took you up there. They're going to issue the citation and they're going to let you go. You're not going to have to spend the night in a jail cell. Oh, man. If we take anything away from this video, just stop. Just shh, shh, shh. Don't talk. So he just talks way too much. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy these videos. Just click them. Click them. You'll like them.
Big verdict.